Before I get started, I want to introduce you to Margaret Sanger, which is in the back of me. And I want to introduce you to one of her quotes where she said that we want to exterminate the Black population like weed. Those are her thoughts, and those were the purpose, the reasons why she created, or maybe better yet, was the founder of Planned Parenthood. Now, Hillary Clinton held to her dreams because Hillary Clinton had even said that she support the dream of Margaret Sanger. Hillary Clinton is a white supremacist. Bill Clinton is not a white supremacist. As a matter of fact, Bill Clinton, he's got a son, a biracial son, by a so-called Black woman. But Hillary Clinton didn't want Bill Clinton to have anything to do with his half-Black son. His half-Black son was on the internet trying to get the attention of Bill Clinton. They refused a DNA test with this young man. And he's still on the internet. He's got a Twitter account. So Hillary Clinton is a straight up racist, not just because of that, but Hillary Clinton had proven herself over and over and over again to be a racist. Joe Biden is a white supremacist. He has said many things against the so-called Black people. And even though it were Black people that helped him and fought to get him in position, once he got in office, he completely and totally forgot about the people that helped him. He's protecting everybody but the so-called Black people, right? But just wanted to make that point. This is Margaret Sanger behind me right here. And that's her quote where she wanted to exterminate the Black population like weeds. But yet you have a lot of Black women out there that's, protesting and supporting the abortion of their unborn children. Now, I have a question for all of the pro-choice supporters. All of the pro-choice people, I have a question for you. Why is it that too much is being focused on, all of your attention is being focused on an alleged 10-year-old that was violated by an illegal immigrant? Like that type of violation doesn't happen. There are so many women that I've spoken to, adult women, that talked about how they were assaulted by a relative, a brother, an uncle, a cousin, a nephew, or what have you. They've been sexually assaulted by a family member. There are so many young men that were assaulted, sexually assaulted by women in their families. Most of those men don't talk about it though, right? But I'm wondering, why are you spending so much time on this 10-year-old child than exposing the person that assaulted her? Why are you spending so much time trying to validate and justify abortion on the protest line? You don't really care about this 10-year-old girl. You have no idea who this 10-year-old girl is, if there is a 10-year-old girl. Now, I personally believe that the illegal immigrant that allegedly did this to this alleged 10-year-old girl, he came out of the woodworks. And he happened to be an illegal immigrant. So where was the parent or the parents to protect their 10-year-old daughter? Why aren't the parents coming forward? Why aren't they speaking? Is it because they feel that if the parent come forward, then that will reveal who this young girl is? So why wasn't the parent there, and why aren't anyone going after the parent, holding the parent responsible? And see, that's the problem with today is not too many parents are being held responsible for what happens to their children or what their children do. See, you're shining light on this 10-year-old girl, this alleged 10-year-old girl, that happened to come around the same time that the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. I find that to be quite interesting. And now you're using this 10-year-old girl, what allegedly happened to her, to fight for abortions. But let me ask you this question. If the Supreme Court comes back and say, listen, abortions are illegal with the exception of rape, would you be satisfied? Since a lot of y'all like to use rape as an excuse, a straw man excuse to validate abortions. Well, what if in the case of rape, should a 10-year-old girl have to carry her rapist baby all her life? Does she have to do this? Does a 10-year-old girl have to carry the rapist baby to full term and raise the rapist baby? Answer me that question. So what if the Supreme Court comes back and say abortions are illegal with the exception of rape? And what about those females that put themselves in a position to be taken advantage of or being violated? And we know as human beings that there are so many women that lead men on, make men think that you're interested, make men think that they're going to get something if they give up something to you, take you out to dinner, buy you things, take you shopping, give you money. And then at the end of the day, I'm tired. I'm just going to get some rest. And then the dude gets upset because now he wasted his time and his money. You lied to the man. And one thing leads to another. And he feels that he's going to get his money's worth. So now you play the victim and say that this man assaulted you. And then you say, I'm now pregnant and shouldn't have to carry my rapist baby. See, so what if the Supreme Court comes back and say, with the exception of rape, abortions are still illegal? Would you be satisfied with that? Or is it that you're just using the alleged assault of this 10-year-old girl to keep pushing your agenda to murder your unborn child? I've never seen a generation that supported murdering the unborn children, where mothers are no longer protecting their children, but have a strong desire, instead of protecting herself from getting pregnant, she purposely get pregnant just to be able to exercise aborting that child. That makes no sense to me. And that's sacrifice. So many of y'all talk about the sacrifices of Jeff Epstein and all of these celebrities and rap artists and the Bilderberg and the secret societies and the Illuminati and sacrifices, and yet you're sacrificing your own child. Blood sacrifices. So what if that happens? And why are you spending so much time talking about protecting abortions than speaking about the person that actually did this crime and fighting that he gets what he deserves? But again, the person that they have is no more than a straw man. He's a straw man. And he can't even speak English. And again, where were the parents? Why would the moms allow this dude to be around her daughter anyway? And I'll be speaking on something similar to that in my next video. Until next time, I'm fearless.